Hello everyone, welcome back to Analytical Guy. In this video, I'll talk about how you can use XLOOKUP in Microsoft Excel. This is one of the most used and powerful formula that you would see in Excel. And if you were using VLOOKUP or index match, then stop using it and XLOOKUP will serve the purpose for all those kind of activities. So let's get started. So what is XLOOKUP? So first of all, you should understand the purpose of it. And you can see this is the definition of XLOOKUP. It is used to search for a value in a specified range. Also, it simplifies the process of finding and retrieving the data from the table or an array on a specified criteria. So for example, you have this table with multiple columns, and if I say that this is the column name, let's say player name, for a particular value in the player name, give me which team he is playing for. For example, if I say give me for Bruno Fernandes which team he is playing for, right? So it is so straightforward. I can easily use XLOOKUP, but this is one of the easiest way. But there are so many other complex way that we will be talking about. So this will complete all the criterias or all the conditions that XLOOKUP takes. So I'll show you all the formulas. So first of all, let's try to answer this. So if I have the player name over here, which team he is playing for. So I'll just go here, equal to XLOOKUP, the way you use VLOOKUP. And even if you don't know VLOOKUP, just don't bother about it. And if you know XLOOKUP, that's sufficient. So now in the XLOOKUP, first parameter is the lookup value. So I have to look for this particular player name, right? So I'll just select this, comma. Now what is the lookup array? So what I'm saying is in which particular column or array I want to search this value. So I want to search this in my column C, right? So I can just select this also and then comma. And what is my return array? So I want which team he's playing for. So I'll just select the team column, right? And then if I just close the bracket, you'll see Ruben Diaz, he's playing for Manchester City. So you'll see Ruben Diaz here, he's playing for Manchester City. So now here from the drop down list, I can just select any particular player name. Let's say Kevin De Bruyne, he's also playing for City. And if I select, let's say Harry Kane, he's playing for Tottenham, right? So this is how you can use XLOOKUP. Also, instead of referring to this particular column, we can just straightforward say it is referencing to the column C, and here this is the column E, right? Straightforward. You don't have to worry about from which cell to drag to which particular cell. This is straightforward. Press enter, you'll get Tottenham, right? So this is how you will use XLOOKUP for easy tasks. Mostly this is sufficient, but if you have some complex tasks, we will talk about that as well. Also, for the same player, what is the goal scored? So if I just use XLOOKUP once again, so whenever you type a formula in the Excel, just type in some characters, and when there is this particular thing that shows, you just click on tab. So it will give you the complete formula. And now my lookup value is again this particular cell and comma. The lookup array is the column C, then comma. And for the goal scored, it is column F. So I'll just select F, bracket closed, and you'll get the number of goals scored. If I change from Harry Kane to, let's say, Raheem Sterling, he's playing for Chelsea, number of goals scored is 14. We can cross check for Sterling. Sterling is playing for Chelsea, number of goals scored is 14. All right, so far so good. Now let's try to work on other complex tasks. Second one is using wildcards. So for example, I want to search any player with the name, but I don't know the complete name. For example, for Virgil van Dijk, I don't know his complete name, and I want to search him by his just first name, Virgil, right? I should get the answer. So number of assists from this G column for Virgil van Dijk is 3, right? But if I use the normal method, for example, if I'm using normal method, looking up for this name in this column and assist from this column and bracket closed, I'll get any. So the system didn't found this particular name. But instead, what I can do is I can use wildcards. So after my name, I'll just add ampersand, that is and give me asterisk symbol. That means whatever is there after K5 is Virgil, whatever is there after Virgil, I want those records, right? But I want to mention this at the end. So I'll just skip this if not found. And then after the comma, you'll get these options of exact match, or next smaller item or larger item. And the fourth one is wildcard character match, which is 2. So if you just type in 2 or select this, you'll get the wildcard selection and then press return. So here you go, you will see Virgil scored, or it was the assist. He assisted 3 goals, right? If I change it to, let's say, just MOH, it is giving me 8. 8 is giving me for MOH is for Mohamed Salah. Total assists are 8. right? So this is how you can use the asterisk symbol, that is wildcards, to you can search, you can do whatever you feel like. For example, if you don't know the full name, if you don't know the full team name or anything depending on your data set, you can use wildcards for that. All right, so now let's move on to the third task. Over here, I just need to get the player ratings on the basis of predefined table. So over here, I know that if total number of goals scored plus assist is 0, player rating is 55. If it is around 10, it is 65. Around 20, it should be 75 player rating. If the goals scored plus the assists is equal to 40, somewhere around 40, it should be around 95. So higher the number of total goals and assist, higher is the rating of the player, right? But generally the total won't be exact same, right? So it would be so easy if these goals scored plus assist is exact 40, then I will say the player rating is 95. If it is exact 30, it is 85. But I can't do that, right? So we have to do approximations. So how we can do that? Using XLOOKUP. Again, I'll just use XLOOKUP, and this time I want to look up for the goals plus assist, right? So I'll just select this comma, and this time I'll select this array because I want to select in this particular array. Now if I want to make it fixed, I can use F4 for these two, right? And again, the return array should be this one. Again, I'll just use F4, and after this, if not found, I don't need that, comma. If I want to have exact match, then that means it won't work. Let's say if it is 0, it will be my stream simple. So there is just one exact match, that is 20. For that, it is giving me 75, right? But all other goals plus assist total is not exact. So what I can do is, instead of 0, there are other options, right? So -1 or -1 or 1. So if you want to have exact match or next smaller item, use -1. If you want to have next larger item, take +1. Let's say if I take 1, what happens? So for 33, it is giving me 95. So this is close enough, right? But in general, you would say that 33 should go for 85 because it's closer to 30. So it depends on your definition. I can just do -1 as well. So 33 is giving me towards 85 rating, 27 is giving me 75 rating, and so on and so forth, right? So this is my rating on the basis of total goals scored plus assist scored, right? Now coming to the fourth task, now if I have the player list, I want to just fill these three columns from this table. How I can do that? So there is a spill formula for XLOOKUP, so it is straightforward the way we are doing. So I want to select the player name, that is my lookup value, and it should be looked in this particular column, comma, and what is my return? Return is my these three columns: goal scored, assists, and match played, right? So the difference here is I'm selecting multiple columns in my return array. Otherwise, previously you have seen I have only returned one array, just one column. So here there are multiple columns, so it will be spilled towards right. So if I press enter, you will see automatically for these three columns for Mohamed Salah, 25, 8, and 31. If you see here, 25, 8, 31. Now, all I want is I want to drag this till the bottom and it will be spilled for yourself, right? So you can see for Mohamed Salah, Robin Diaz, Kevin De Bruyne, Harry Kane, and Jack Grealish, you can see for all these 5 players, I can have the goal scored, assists, and total match played. All right, so getting to the fifth problem. Here, if we have a horizontal table, we have from January until December, we have employees. This is my total sales for that particular month for that particular employee. So I have selected one employee and I want the total. I want the sum of that particular employee's sale for multiple months. So how can I do that? I can't directly use index match, or I can't just directly do XLOOKUP for that, right? So I will use XLOOKUP with sum, so that I can sum these two months. For example, first of all, I have to take the sum. So equal to sum. So my first number will be, for example, I have to take the sum of June and July for Cody. So let's try to take number 1 as June, right? So I'll do XLOOKUP, and lookup value will be for June, and it should be looked in this particular array from January to December, and comma, what is my return array? Return array will be this for Cody, and bracket closed. Now, after you close this bracket, I want to use colon because I want to sum multiple numbers, right? So use colon. Again, use XLOOKUP, and this time I want to go for July. Then it should be selected in this particular range, then comma, and then return array is again this one for Cody, and then bracket closed, and close it again for my sum. And if you enter this, you'll get the total as 285. So if you see over here, so I'll just keep this as a light one so that you can easily understand. So if you see, there are two XLOOKUPs and one sum formula over here, right? And I'll just share this report with you so that you can practice along. Also, if you want to just don't hardcore it, for example, here it is June, right? So I just don't want to fix it to June. I can change it to July or August later on. So how can I do that? So I'll just delete this. So instead of taking that directly, I'll take from here, right? Now, similarly with July, if I just remove this and just select this one and press enter, I'll get the same value, 285. Right now, if I change June month to Jan, this value is changing. From July to, let's say, August, I'm getting total value as 1129. So January is 117, August is 170. Now, what is the challenge here? Here, I used colon, right? So colon means it will sum from January to August, from this month to August. So if you select this and see the total sum, it is 1129, which is this. Now, if you just want the sum of the selected months, only January and August, then instead of colon over here, just use comma. So now it is 287, that is January plus August. January is 117, August is 170, that is 287. All right. So this is all about XLOOKUP. One more thing which I missed in the simple one is, for example, if you don't find the right person over here, so I'll just go to wildcard. Let's say I say this one. So now it is giving me NA, right? So instead of NA, I want it to show not available or something else. So after this comma, if you see this one, if not found, in double quotes, mention player not available, for example. You can mention any text and press enter. So now you will see this will show up instead of giving the error, right? Alright guys, so I hope this video was really helpful. I explained XLOOKUP comprehensively using 5 examples, and this is really powerful. If you are working on Excel and Power Query, XLOOKUP concepts are really important. Just forget about VLOOKUP, index match. This is sufficient. Thanks a lot for watching this video.